Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yes, we're here to review all three Godzilla Alpha Kaiju figures by Easy Hobby. And here are three boxes.
Yes, from Easy Hobby, the Alpha Kaiju series, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla 2021, and we have three different versions.
Yay.
We're going to check them out and also check out some comparisons to some cool, figures from the past.
Yeah, lots of good X pluses to compare them
Yeah,
to.
size, you can get the size comparisons and the details. So a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, so if you look closely, the boxes are slightly different. There's like a different version name
Yes.
for each of these. So first, if you look, it says battle damaged. This is the
Yeah,
battle
the
damaged
EX
version.
version. Yeah, AKS001 EX. So each of them have like I guess like a model number. So AKS stands for Alpha Kaiju series and 001 is the first entry. So EX is the exclusive one for battle damage. And then I
Battle
think
damaged. I
yeah,
just like
battle
saying that.
damaged.
Oh yeah.
And then HR would be for heat ray and what was the classic one? Just
Classic,
001, right?
yeah, classic one is just 001, which we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Yeah, good looking box. I
Yeah.
think there, and if
Very
also if you look
protected.
closely, there's at least one typo. I think there's at least one typo in it.
Uh-oh.
But again, that gives you more. We'll get a chance again to see the typo.
Yeah, but really
Yeah, it looks like
cool.
it's
Like these boxes are very well protected. Even the shipper brown box is like wrapped in this like plastic materials, so it
oh,
protects it
very cool.
from the rain and stuff.
Yeah, then I was about to see there's an inner box also wrapped in plastic,
Yeah,
and then
very tight.
as we'll see after that, the figure itself is also wrapped in plastic. So we've got three separate plastic protections there,
Yes,
plus
and
plus a lot of other protections.
super thick foam to protect the
Yeah,
figure.
yeah.
All
G
right.
Forever got it out. There we go. Here's the
Yeah,
box.
these boxes are they really put up a fight. But here's the box out of the plastic wrap and it's looking amazing. So what's really cool, this box design is different than previous Easy Hobby products and even X Plus products. It's more like a shoe box, almost like kind of like a one of those high-end looking shoe boxes. And the box art is really neat. I think my only complaint on the box art, I think the photo of the figure is a little low res. But other than that, it's a really great design. I like the colors, I like the fonts, and you have all those different logos there. Godzilla vs Kong,
Yeah, Alpha
MonsterVerse,
Kaiju has its
yeah,
own logo,
yeah, Alpha
like that.
Kaiju,
That kind of like that.
like
That kind of fiery A
I,
with the kaiju.
yeah, yep, and Easy
Yeah,
Hobby logo,
yeah. Then
Legendary logo,
here's the Alpha
Toho.
Kaiju logo, nice and big.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like an A to me. You think it looks kind of like an I? Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
an
I
I
think it's
too.
intended to be A for alpha and also like an angry eye and like spikes maybe or kind of
Yeah, it looks kind of like
give it a
flames to me.
character or flames, yeah.
Yeah, but
But
okay, so you think it's kind of like a hat box too. Like you said,
that
a
too,
shoebox
yeah.
here. Yeah.
That
And
too,
then
it could be
here's
a
all
hat
the
box.
fun details, including their phone
Yeah.
number. We got to
Yeah, you
call
can
them.
reach
We still
out
got to call
to
them up.
yeah, you can reach out to KN out
Yeah.
in Taiwan there so
Is there
you
a phone
can
number? Where's the phone
I
number?
think
I
it's right
found this.
there. 0752 that number. I think that's a phone
Oh,
number.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, cool stuff. If you ever want to head out to, I think their factories in China, so you can head out there. But yeah, big print of the title, Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then
let's
we're getting
open it up.
close.
Is there? Oh,
We're getting
there's more
close.
stuff.
Yeah, then
Here it
like yeah,
is.
then here's like sort of like a dense styrofoam, I take it.
Very dense. Yeah. So
Yeah.
everything with these boxes like really well protected, and I think they do a great job.
Yeah, let's see how long it takes you to figure out how to get it out of there.
Yeah, this was my very first Alpha Kaiju ever, so wanted to make sure I do it right. But
Yeah. I think you sort of okay. I think you get there. I think you'll get there though. But
yeah,
by the
this
way, as we were trying to get it out of the box, it's sold for about $400 in Taiwan, and then you and a few others like also tried to sell it in the United States. In the United States, it's sold for about like I think around 550 to $600,
yes,
depending on the version.
yeah, correct.
And these are made of vinyl. They're about 14 inches tall. And what's nice is we're seeing it comes all in one piece. You don't have to
Yeah.
like
No hair
attach the
dryer
tail.
required.
Yeah, the tail's already attached, and it also comes, as we'll see, with a wooden base.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like you finally, okay, there we
And
go.
and neat
You,
accessories. Each of them have like their unique accessories.
oh yeah, yeah. So you managed to
The box out.
get the box out there.
All
So I
right,
think on the
now the
top there,
phone.
I take it that's where, yeah, there's the wooden base,
That's the base.
nice
Yep.
and thick. So I take it that has some weight to it.
It does. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, there we
So,
go. Godzilla versus Kong,
yep. Some foam padding on the
2022, Easy
bottom.
Hobby and Alpha Kaiju series, Godzilla 2022 version.
Yeah.
And then some Chinese, I take it.
Yeah, I think that's Kane's name. Probably just letting people know that he made it.
Yeah, okay, and then you got there we go. And that was our first glimpse of the figure here. I
Yes.
take it, and
There's
there's a little piece of paper there too. Is that just
yeah,
sort of
the
like
instructions and
okay,
information,
it's
I
just
guess.
yeah, it's just like one small piece of paper.
Yeah, I didn't really bother with it because it's a one piece
Oh
item and I
yeah.
don't think
So
you really
behind
need
that,
any
yeah,
assembly.
here's the extra. So again, this is the battle damage.
Yeah.
It comes with the Jet Fortress Argo.
Yes.
And so we'll see that, and that has its own little stand.
It does. And what's neat is if you order with like with the I guess like I call it the G Forever kind of group orders, so these shipped with a kind of like a thinner metal rod. So KN reached out to me. It looks like they had like the wrong rod shipped out, so they sent me a bunch of the rods so I can help people replace them. So we got the correct thickness so it doesn't wobble.
Oh, very cool. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, here it is. So there's the extra plastic bag.
Yeah, super protected. And even within the bag, if it looks like his hands, feet, his head is also wrapped. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see if we can get the plastic off his hand. There's
yeah, it goes.
yeah, yeah, another
There it
straight on there.
is.
And we lost the focus. We got a good shot of your elbow there.
Yeah,
So
yes.
we'll get
Yep.
it.
This is
But
what happens when one man army, right?
yeah, yeah, there it is. Okay, you got that off there.
Let's get the focus back.
Oh yeah, yeah, we'll get it there. Battle damage. I see the battle damage.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I think this is the like for a I guess more of like a high end figure. This is the first ever battle damage Godzilla figure of the legendary version. So I don't think there's any other battle damage ones out there other than Playmates.
Yeah, there we go.
But
Okay,
he's
now we're gonna
looking
start.
good. The paintwork is really well done. I think it really resembles the kind of like the blood and the burn marks from the movie from Mechagodzilla's Proton Scream. What do you think, Heisenberg?
Yeah, well, the one thing that really knows like one noticeable difference from how the X Plus approach, as we'll see more later, is the background color, sort of like this sort of like
Hmm.
a what is it, kind of like a rust color.
Like a
Uh,
clay,
yeah,
like a
rust or clay. Yeah,
yeah.
kind of like a clay color. So like in all the cracks, and all the cracks is this clay color. But that does
Hmm.
sort of like brings
The
out the
texture, right?
details. Yeah, the details and the texture quite a bit more. And it's
Yeah.
different from X Plus. I think X Plus is maybe is more just sort of like this, the gray. I
Hmm.
think with X Plus they rely more on shadows to
Mm.
sort of like
Bring out the
I think
texture.
yeah, to
Yeah.
bring out the detail. Like maybe if you light it from above,
Hmm.
because it is bumpy, then like there will be like little shadows
Okay.
like in the cracks, and then with those shadows you can sort of like see the texture.
I
But
see. Yeah.
but here it's like you get this, yeah, as we see we get this brown. So yeah, it's nice that it's a different approach.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's good because definitely brings out the different colors on the shelf in your collection, so you have more variety rather than all gray and black Godzillas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gray on gray, there's always a danger it'll just kind of like
Blend. Yeah.
disappear into the background.
Yeah.
That it'll be hard to really sort of see it. Okay, now we're getting close to the eye. I really like the eyes on these.
Yeah,
Like Can does a really good job with eyes.
yeah, he does. I mean, we'll see in our future video, the Gamera eye is like spectacular. But yeah, I mean, look at this, like really nice orange. And a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
good detail in the face. it really,
So
just thinking, just looking at it is like, wow, like the details are just really spectacular.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we got a nice zoom in on the mouth here.
Inside the mouth, yeah, the mouth, even the inside of the mouth is detailed. You see the tongue, the teeth, so really good.
Looks like you put a little yellow on top of the red.
Yeah, kind of like when the proton scream hit him, I think the kind of like the that kind of glow as as it cools down. So pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of
Oh
deep
yeah.
details because you can really see every crack, every scale on Godzilla here.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Lots of teeth. And I noticed as we'll also see, I noticed that it is a similar pose to the Omega Beast
It is,
Furious
yes,
Blue.
definitely similar, but it's actually different. So
Yeah, it's
we'll
not.
look at the Furious Blue at the end of the video.
Yeah, not exactly the same, but
Hmm.
yeah, similar.
Quite similar, yeah. And yeah, here's another look at the face, and we can see the
So
other
there's a lot.
side,
Yeah,
a
lots of
lot
different
more red.
spots. Yeah, lots of
Yep,
different red spots here, and
yeah,
again in different places on different sides of them.
yep, yeah. Which happened in the movie, which I appreciate that Kane Lin really put emphasis on the kind of the accurate parts of the battle damage.
Oh yeah, yeah, and again, say and stressing again, this came as all one piece,
One
so
piece, yes,
no assembly
no,
required.
yes, and that's
So yeah,
cool.
so I think the yeah, I think the seams are very well hidden.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like there's no distracting seams here.
Yep. And check out that cut on the leg, just like the movie when Kong used the battle axe on him. So I think we'll come back to it in a moment. You can see the details on the arms and the claws.
Yeah, yeah. So we see just
There,
a little bit of the leg. Yeah,
here's the
so
leg.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're about to look at the leg more. There it is. There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I can see it. There's actually like a cut between the scales, so it's not just paint on top. It actually has this, the sculpt actually fits it.
Oh yeah,
Very neat.
there we
Yeah.
go. You can see some nails here too.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I think the easy hobby products have been all of them have been pretty faithful to what they shown in the prototypes. And they all come out in pretty awesome quality so far. I have not been let down by any of them. So I'm pretty happy being able to get these guys.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's see, yeah, yeah. Lots of nice spikes here.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and this specific one is very unique because no one else has done the battle damage so well.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like very yeah. Like there's no visible seam there going from the
Yeah.
body to the tail.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, that's really nice that it's like a one piece item. The not so nice part is because it's one piece, the shipping adds up, but um
Yeah, bigger box.
bigger boxes, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's the
And
back
it is
fins.
yeah, it's kind of like an S shape to the tail there,
It is, yes. And
which is a nice way to do it.
yeah, and what's cool, it's pointed up more, so saves more on the I guess like the spacing. So
Yeah, sort of like yeah, kind of like
close up
a
on the head there.
yellowed teeth.
Yeah, some
Yeah, in this
staining.
case, yeah, and sort of like an orange, yeah, orange brown eye.
Mm-hmm.
Which we think as we were looking at it the other day, I think it's like maybe a slight, it might be an illusion, but I think it might be a slightly darker eye than on the standard
Yeah,
version.
when I'm looking at them side by side, I think the battle damage one does have like a darker orange compared to the classic external standard version.
Yeah, Jet Fortress Argo. Like I said,
Yeah.
here's the stand, which comes with like a little like metal rod. Oh yeah, and then
Yep.
here it is itself.
Yes, and I think this is also a first. Jet Fortress Argo.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
I don't
else
think
has done
anyone
it.
else made one. So really cool. There's a lot of firsts here for Easy Hobby, and they're tackling them all at once.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, but yeah,
yeah. Now
really cool. very
It,
stealth like
now you say the
plane.
rod. So you say originally the rod that it shipped with, it thought might be a little thin.
Yeah, it was a little
So
thin.
now
So
did so he sent you like thicker rods. Now did you already like pass the thicker rods along
correct. Yep, I
to
did.
people? So
Yes. So
so
whoever ordered with me got the replacement rods, and I'm not sure if you ordered from other folks, you might have to reach out to your retailer to see if
okay,
they
and
have the replacements
the way to tell is like is the rod
wobbly or not.
yeah wobbly or not?
Yep.
Okay, so there we go.
Yep. So
So
there's
that's
like so what's cool is if you noticed, KN doesn't want to make any
now this
holes or
one's
any.
wobbling. Is
Yeah,
this
so
the
this is the original rod.
this is
So
the
it's
original
wobbling.
wobbly rod?
Yep.
Okay.
So one
Oh,
cool
now
thing
are
to.
these the now here's a whole bunch of rods. Are
Yeah,
those the
here's a
thicker rods?
bunch of yeah, those are the ones like
Those
that
are
the
ones that are
folk.
not wobbly. Okay,
Yep,
so we're seeing so we get to see both rods. Look at that.
correct.
Very
Yeah, this is
cool.
thicker. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah. Side by side.
side by
Yeah, yeah,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the left is a little thicker.
Yep.
Hard to but yeah, yeah.
Let's swap them out and
A little hard to
yeah.
tell on camera here, but okay, so
Yeah.
now we got the more thicker rod. So let's see if it'll fit in there.
Yep.
Looks like it's a
Have to
tight
do a
fit.
little twist and should get in there.
Yeah, yeah, tight fit there. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's yeah, much more sturdy.
Now it looks dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, well,
Or yeah.
now we got to get the other end on.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
so
I
yeah,
got
and
it
being a
confused.
plane, it's up in
This
the air.
yeah, this might be the is this the wobbly one? This might can't remember
No,
which
no,
one I
no, no. I
tried
think this is the
first.
thick one. No,
This is
no,
the
I think
thick
the
one?
first one was definitely wobbly.
Okay.
So this is the thick one. This looks like more secure.
All right.
You
So
got
yeah,
that
one
in
thing I
there.
wanted to note that KN doesn't like to make holes or anything on the sculpt. So rather than putting a hole into the plane to stab through it, he kind of made like a little stand so the Argo jet can rest on it. So
Oh, okay.
it doesn't damage the sculpt. So it preserves the full
Okay, yeah, yeah. And it just fell off its
yeah.
stand. But
So
yeah,
that's the
yeah, that's
trade-off. Yeah, it's you don't have the it's not fully into the jet, but it, if you can rest it on that little plate there.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's nice. It's yeah, I like that it's angled up a little bit.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, being angled, it's more realistic too.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see it there.
Yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They spent a lot of time in that jet in the movie.
They did. Yeah, so it's pretty cool to have that jet in the collection.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like,
if you're a huge MonsterVerse fan, I think this is a good one to get. And yeah, pretty big
yeah,
size one. It's not a small one.
yeah. And the only way to get it, and yeah, yeah, hard to get though. It's like the only way to get it is to buy the buy the battle damaged Alpha Kaiju. Oh, and then here's my favorite part
Correct.
here. We've got the Playmates Godzilla
Playmates.
2021 Heat Ray, and of
Yes,
course the big feature is battle
is battle
damage.
damage.
We get to compare the battle damage here. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, which battle damage do you like,
Yeah,
Heisenberg?
yeah. Well, I actually, yeah, yeah. It's like I think that well, it's fun to talk about, but I actually wish the Playmates did not have battle damage,
Yes,
as we've said. But yeah, yeah. If you're gonna do battle damage, this easy hobby way of
it's
doing
the
it
way to go.
is yeah much better.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, but then you also get a nice yeah get a size comparison here.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so 6 inch for Playmates, and I think these are 15 inch, right?
Yeah, about
15 inch,
14.
14. Yeah,
Well, about 14 to the top of the head,
yeah,
and not exactly 14, but
yep,
roughly. So yeah, it might be around 14, 15, somewhere around
yeah.
there.
So they're 38 centimeters, so roughly that size.
Yeah, so here's the next box. Can you
All
spot
right.
the, let's see,
The next one is classic
yeah, can you spot
external.
classic external and can you spot the typo? Yeah, yeah, we
Spot the
also showed the
typo.
typo there. But yeah,
Okay.
classic external version.
Mm-hmm.
And then the serial number is just, yeah, yeah, zero zero
Zero zero
one, no extra
one.
letters. But yeah,
Yep.
it's the sculptor. It's the sculptor that has the typo.
Sculptors.
There's an extra O in the middle.
Yeah.
But that gives
Well,
it more personality.
yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
here we
this is
go.
what happens when Kane doesn't run the
Yeah, it
Run it
needs a
by me, you know.
yeah, it needs a editor there.
He got this right, sculpted by Canlin there.
Yep.
So
Okay, so then it looks like
it's all
similar
good though. We
similar
still love you,
packaging.
KN. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, and
similar
then here's
packaging. Really cool art, box art design. And you
yeah,
notice
different
the
color
art is
scheme.
different colors. So this features more of that clay yellow color,
Yeah,
which is neat because it's more you can see, on this one a lot. So this one actually, the photo was actually pretty good definition. So it was just the battle damage one, which is a little low res. But beautiful box art. Again, the same placement of all the logos on the right side, and you can
yeah.
see the orange colored background for the model number
Do you know why I
AKS001.
called it external version? Uh,
Um,
it's like it's
like
normally
it's like a classic, like the he wanted to do like some kind of like classic look. I think Toho said something like they wanted to call it special, like something special, so they chose classic external, like the classic look of Godzilla.
yeah, as
Yeah,
opposed to just like the standard.
yeah. I mean, easy to just call it standard, but
But
need a
yeah, let's
fancy
have yeah, I
fancy
need
name
a
for easy hobby, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and then here's the let's
Yeah,
see
if you need
all the
any,
fun
if you want to
information.
reach out to them. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and they got the little hologram there.
Check out that hologram sticker. Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
Easy
You
Hobby
can't
official.
can't fake one of those.
Nope.
But yeah, actually, it would be much harder to fake the figure itself.
Yes,
Like I
that's
think,
the detail and the paintwork is a lot. So if I think it'll be hard to make one as accurate as this.
yeah, 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 and
All right, let's get the
yeah,
box open.
yeah, and then here we go. You're getting more. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. But this is nice.
same deal. You have the base inside this circle part of the foam, and the figure is inside. So just cut open the tape. I'll get the figure out first.
Yeah, and then this comes with, let's see. Oh yeah, the Monster Zero skull is we're about to
Yeah,
see.
I'm super excited for this because again, no one else has done a Monster Zero or King Ghidorah skull as a bonus item, so
There we go.
super
And
cool.
he's got some foam between
He does.
his what do you call those? It's like the protrusions
Horns,
on his horns. Yeah, he's got
horns,
foam
yeah.
against his horns. Yeah, one thing
Here's the
about the
stand.
horns. So on like when he's alive, when Ghidorah when he's alive, are those horns like just bone, or do they have skin on them? Do you think?
I believe there's skin on them.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
But because yeah, the bones look like very similar to like just the actual.
yeah. It's probably a thin
Ghidorah.
layer of skin.
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh yeah. And again, we got
Yep, lots of
lots of
plastic to
plastic. There it
protect
is.
him.
Okay, and here's everything that you
Here's
get.
everything out of the box, minus the base, because I only have so much room. The base does take up a lot of space, so I'm keeping the other bases in the box.
Yeah. So you can see it's sort of. I think it's pretty much the same sort of like clay
Yes,
background color.
correct. Yep. So this one just doesn't have the red marks on him and the cut. So
Yeah, and we think the eye might be a slightly
yeah,
lighter
it
shade,
looks like a lighter shade to me.
but it goes well with the with the background, with like that
Yes.
background clay color.
Yeah, it really makes the figure pop. Like you can really see every detail on him. And and one cool thing about these Alpha Kaiju figures, like if the Omega Beast figures are very big, so they're bigger than the X Plus Gigantic. So if you're kind of low on space and you still want a high quality figure, but maybe you don't have that extra space, I think the Alpha Kaiju is a good alternative because you can still get the same quality of detail, but at like a slightly smaller size, and also the prices are much better too.
Yeah, and the tail largely not all completely, but it does curl up, so it's not gonna
Yes, yeah,
so yeah, it can take
eat
up
up.
a little
Yeah,
less room that way
yeah, it
too.
will. Yeah, it won't eat up so much horizontal space as much as if it was like kind of straight on. All right, let's
Oh
kind
yeah.
of spin him around a little so we can see Godzilla as he is.
Now, once again,
plastic external.
what's really impressing me here is that I don't see any visible seams as I'm looking at
Yeah.
this. So, I mean, I think in person, I think if you really look for them, you can sort of see hints of seams.
Yeah.
But yeah, you really have to be go out of your way to look for it.
Yeah, I mean, some people are just super excited about seams and just point everything out, but most of the time, like even X plus seams, they're pretty obvious. But I think I don't really mind too much because you're not looking at that specific section unless the seam is right in your face. The example would be the gigantic X plus Shin Godzilla Awakening, the purple Rick version. So that one, like, it was kind of obvious, but all the other X plus figures, most of the time it's kind of where the tail meets the body, and you don't really look there. I usually look from the side or the front view, not really from the back.
Yeah.
But this
So,
one, but these, the Alpha Kaiju is one piece, so that eliminates 99.9% of the seam visibility, which is great.
right, right, right. Oh yeah, yeah. And I think one thing you don't show is the bottom of the foot, which does have
Yes. I actually
which
didn't realize that, Heisenberg. I think that was the first time I actually noticed it when you mentioned to lift it up and look at the bottom of the foot. I completely overlooked that.
yeah, because that's
But
where it does give like the information. It says that it is like a easy hobby figure, I think, or
yeah,
actually does it say
so
easy hobby? I don't think
actually
it
it's a
does.
full. It's like, what's interesting is so Kan did not sculpt or like put the text into the figure, but instead he did like some sort of foam material and put it at the bottom of the foot. And I'm just gonna read it off here. So it's 2022 Legendary Godzilla in all caps, TM in caps, and copyright Toho Co. Ltd. And it has the model number. So the one I'm holding is the battle damage one. So it has AKS001EX and then made in China. So I kind of, I think you mentioned
It,
like you
yeah, it
wish
does. It
that
actually does. Yeah, it actually does not say it's from Easy Hobby.
yeah, it doesn't say Easy Hobby and it doesn't spell out Alpha Kaiju. So you would have to know that AKS stands for Alpha Kaiju. But the cool thing is each of them have their unique foam stamp because the Heat Ray has the HR and then this like the classic external just has the 001.
Yeah, but I think it would be better if it was actually like sculpted in. Yeah, sculpted into the figure,
Do you
like
prefer
so
that
that.
or
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
do?
Especially
Okay.
like yeah, the bottom of the foot. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
sculpted into the figure so that it's like it's never gonna go away.
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah, I
like
think I think KN's his thinking's different. Like as I mentioned with the Argo jet, like you can easily put a hole in the bottom of the jet, but he wants to preserve the full sculpt. And I think that's he did the same with Godzilla, right? Rather than
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
in yeah,
oh yeah,
put
and
it
he did
into
it with
the
this with Monster Zero Skull too.
yeah, yeah,
This is so impressive.
yes, yep, yeah. Look at that, every detail, even the inside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's no big hole in it for the stand, as we'll see in a minute how he sets it on the stand.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah, very
yeah.
yeah, the sculpting and the painting, it's just like
It's
very very
excellent.
cool. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
let's check out the back of the skull. Even that is detailed. Super
So
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so
was so
every
excited when he announced this because I was like, wow, like this is actually making it, in like some product that is coming out. So I was super excited for this bonus
yeah, and it
item.
doesn't say like Toho across his forehead too. It's like yeah, he didn't have to put the copyright on the
Hmm.
skull. That's nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, let's see if you can actually get the stand together. It's like
Yeah.
sort
So
of
this
like
stand is pretty like
it's like
thick
yeah,
plastic and
yeah, kind of a tight fit. There you go. It
yeah,
looks like you
but
got it.
it's in, and it's solid. Like the skull rests in very
Yeah.
nicely and holds it
Yeah.
in together. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great way
beautiful.
of doing it.
Yeah, it's floating. It stays put. It's not wobbly. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite bonus item in recent years. I've never been so excited for something so cool from
Yeah,
the
and I like how
movies.
his what is it, horns? I like how the horns look. Well, I
Yeah.
like the whole thing, but yeah, I like the horns. But that's what it, like I said, it got me thinking. It's like, oh geez, are the horns just bone
Hmm.
like when he's
But check out the
alive? Because
teeth
it's so
too.
similar. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
check
yeah,
out
the
the
teeth
teeth.
too.
Like each tooth is individually carved and they're pointy. which I think, some other companies they make the full King Ghidorah and the teeth are not as pointy as the skull.
Yeah, yeah, and lots of different shade and the shading too. It's like lots of
Yeah.
subtle shading of color. It's not
Yeah.
all just like one. It's not
One
just one
bone
color.
color, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Kalen really, he's as he mentioned in several times, he's a fan himself. So, and he just wants to make the best products that he can.
Okay, here's our first
All
comparison
right.
here. This
Yep.
is the X Plus 2021 Large Monster Series, which is
Yes.
about 10 inches tall.
Yes. 25 centimeter, the Toho Dai Kaiju series in Japanese. And it's one of the X pluses that we have.
So you
And
can see, like obviously, like it's not as tall. So again, about 10 inches as opposed to 14 some inches.
yeah.
And again,
So
it's like,
yeah.
yeah, it looks like it's much more, the X Plus is much more just kind of like a solid gray.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of variety to the color,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, you can see like there's a little bit of clay color there, like on his
Yeah.
neck, like those gills.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, it's much more kind of like just gray compared to like the Easy Hobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
there's
it's really surprising the size is like between the 25 centimeter and this 38 centimeter.
Yeah, actually, it's like so. Yeah, I'm staring at it more. There is actually like a clay color
There is some, yeah,
on the
there is
X Plus
some.
too. It's
It's
just like
not
when I,
as,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's not nearly as noticeable.
Yep. And here's the 2019
Oh, okay. Now
standard
we're on to
version.
the 2019. Yeah, X Plus 2019 Large Monster Series, also about
Yep.
10 inches.
Yes. Yep. So again, the size is much, it's a definitely much different size. Alpha Kaiju is much bigger.
Yeah, and I
And
think, as I said, I think in this case, well, the way that we have the light, I think on these, and these actually, I think look better in person. These X
mm-hmm.
Pluses, to me, they look better in person than they do on camera here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think X Plus is relying more on like the
The
shadows.
shadow,
Like you
right?
said, yeah, you have the light above, and that creates
Creates a
shadows like
shadow.
in the little in the creases.
Yep.
So yeah, and the X Plus eye is not quite as good, but it's smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's smaller, so it's like and his eye is so small, it's like it's hard to notice the eye on the X Plus.
Yep. Yeah, I think as you get newer figures, I think the technology also is newer, so you can capture more of the
Okay,
details.
get ready. Yeah, there's Sculptor with an O.
Sculptor, nice. Sculpted. Yep.
Sculpted.
Sculpted.
There. Okay, but there's the Heat Ray version.
Yes.
Heat
All
Ray
right.
version. Yeah, and then yeah, it's
HR for
001
heat ray.
HR for Heat Ray.
Yep.
Now, the one thing about the numbering I found a bit confusing is because we've got three versions. We've got classic external,
Mm-hmm.
Heat Ray, and battle damaged.
Yep.
So like the classic external just has a regular number, and that just the 001. The Heat Ray
Mm-hmm.
has HR added on.
Mm-hmm.
The battle damaged has a, EX added on,
Yes, for
but as
exclusive.
opposed to BD, because
Mm-hmm.
would have thought, okay, well, it's battle damage. I thought it would be BD, but no, it's EX for exclusive, but it's
Yes.
not
Yep.
EX for a classic external. So, because yeah, so the classic external is not the EX, it's the
Nope.
battle damage that's the EX.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you gotta pay close attention here
Yeah.
to not get confused.
That's why you need to subscribe to Luminous News so
Oh yeah,
we clarify that for you.
yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So
and then
yeah, similar box. We got that cool hologram sticker on the bottom. And yeah, they got the contact info. You can call up the factory. And let's see, what else do we have? So real beautiful box art yet again. And
yeah, no
yeah,
typos on this box that I've noticed.
because G Forever was spell checking.
Oh yeah, very cool. Yeah,
Yep.
nice. Yeah, yeah, nice image here.
This image was really nicely done. Definitely high res. So it was good. Beautiful box. I love the colors. And these boxes are just much different than from what you see from other companies. So great box art. All right. So they're sculpted, spelled right.
Yep,
So
yep.
okay,
Oh
let's
yeah,
see.
team.
Well,
Yeah, it says high end collectible.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, so that's the same here. Oh yeah, and then
Yeah.
here's the box.
Okay,
Here's
let's take
the
it out.
foam.
Foam. Same deal. Got the base in that inside that circle thing. And let's get the figure
Yeah, I see
out.
the blue already.
Ooh, lots of blue. Yeah, so yeah, I think Easy Hobby really prides themselves with paint work. So I'm pretty excited because we get a lot of color on
And of
this guy.
course, yeah,
The heat
this
ray.
extra piece is of course the heat ray because this is the heat
Yes.
ray version,
Yep. And this
and
is
it's got
actually called the initial heat ray. So it's not the full heat ray, which will be released in a future product.
oh yeah, and the heat ray gets its own little stand.
Correct. Yep.
So you got so that's one place you can put it. Yeah, there's the yeah, we're seeing some blue.
Yeah. So yeah, this one has blue from the body, the leg area, and the back fins.
So yeah, that's one impression I have on this is a lot of blue, and then also a lot of blue, and then also some white. Like you said on
Yes.
the spikes, it's not just blue; it's sort of like
Yep.
white and blue on the spikes, and then it's also painted on. It's a painted on blue
Yes.
as opposed to a like kind of like a
Translucent.
translucent blue, which you get on Omega Beast,
Yes.
Furious
So
Blue. So we'll see them
yeah.
side by side later.
Yep. And we can see some of that like white on the eyes. It's kind of cool. Give them that godlike feel to them. And that was
Yeah,
actually requested by, I think it was Legendary. Legendary wanted them to give him that look. So yeah, very neat stuff.
and still the yeah, sort of like the clay. Well, the
Mhm,
parts that are not blue, it's still the same clay background color. It looks like.
correct. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, I think if you want something you can really see the blue, this blue is really it really stands out. I personally like the translucent material a little bit more because gives it that shine. But you know, if you still want a blue but you don't you know don't have that space for the Omega Beast version, this is a great alternative.
And as we'll see, it's like this is, like I said, it's quite a bit of blue.
Yeah.
And blue on, yeah, a lot of blue on the tail, a lot of blue
Yep.
there, and even blue on the tongue there, blue in the mouth.
Yes, yes, yep. Yeah, some blue inside the mouth and the tongue. So it really completes the heat ray in his name because once you put the heat ray in his mouth, then that's why you have the blue in the mouth and on the tongue. So it really fits the this release. So yeah, a lot of blue on the leg area, the chest area, and the neck.
Yeah,
I like the blue on the neck. And here's
yeah,
that cool piece,
here's
the
the
heat
heat
ray,
ray.
initial
Yeah, a lot
heat
of
ray.
personality to the sculpting here.
Yeah, you can see all the kind of like the wave motion, kind of like the flame tip at the end.
Yeah, and
Very
there's sort of
cool.
like a sol and there is like a some sort of solid white inside part of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's some sort of foams to like keep its shape because it is translucent. So translucent materials tend to be softer than traditional vinyl material. But it also because Godzilla's heat ray does have white in it, and usually in the center area, that actually makes the heat ray kind of fills in the space, and it's purposeful and it's fits the heat ray. So pretty
And we'll
cool.
see if you can get the stand together here.
Yeah, so this stand
Um,
just didn't want to break it because it's a plastic rod rather than a metal rod. So let's
yeah,
get
yeah,
that
that's
on
the
there.
there it is.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
it
so
is.
you can display
There's
it
one
two
way.
ways. Yeah, you can display this heat ray two ways. You can have it on the stand, kind of like a museum style, kind of show
Yeah,
off the heat ray effect,
yeah,
which is actually kind of cool looking.
yeah, or
But
shove it in his
or
mouth.
show it off. Yeah, put it
Yeah.
in his mouth.
So it seems like you're trying to figure out the right way to
Yeah,
do
so
it
this is my
here.
very first time. I'm trying to see what it, how it looks. But once you get it, it's super easy. So there it is. So it rests on the tongue, and it holds up without a stand. So it makes it's really cool. I'm pretty happy with the results. I mean, I probably do want a longer heat ray, which is coming out for the Furious Blue. I'm not sure if they're doing a longer one for Alpha Kaiju, but even with this like kind of initial heat ray, it's still kind of cool looking. So what do you think, Heisenberg? Because I know
Oh
you like
yeah.
translucent
Oh yeah, yeah,
translucent
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's nice. Oh yeah, looks good.
Yeah, this I think the blue and the translucent material is really top notch, even for this heat ray here.
Yeah, and it matches the rest of the rest. Yeah, the rest of the blue on it.
Yeah, the blue matches, and it also has the white, which matches. So that's kind
Yep.
of cool. Yep.
Oh yeah, so you can
Yeah,
see
I
it.
think my only zonk would be a little too much white on the back fins. But otherwise, I think it's still pretty good looking. What do you think? How do you feel about the
Yeah, I
white?
was a little surprised by how much white it is on these spikes. So yeah, I think I would have had a little
Yeah,
less
tone
white.
it down probably would have made it better, I think. But this could be like that supercharged version, like in 2019. I think like he had
Yeah.
a lot of energy glowing, but it's still cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And again, it's nice that they didn't take the exact same approach as like X Plus.
yeah,
So that yeah, yeah. So now it's like here's another choice.
yeah. So even if you have two of the same character from different companies, you can differentiate by just the sculpt and the style of the figures. So it's pretty cool to have different versions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I have been impressed with the quality control from Easy
Hmm.
Hobby. Like I know how Kay and Lynn will like examine the pieces before they're before they're
Yes.
boxed up,
Yep.
and he will throw out a lot of pieces for because of defects.
Correct. Yeah. He
Right.
doesn't spare any expense, and especially even with the boxes. I think some folks have mentioned like, oh, I wish they can, cut down on the foam or cut down on the box size, but he wants to like, make sure that the item arrives its way to your home safe and sound. Um, so
Yeah, and also like I said, notice there's like I said a lot of blue on the tail here.
yeah,
So I
which is
think this
cool. It
is
goes all the way to the tip.
it's more as we'll see, it's more blue than what you get on the X Plus.
Yeah. Yeah, all the way to the end. So
And
that's cool.
here on the right is the X Plus
2019.
2019 Large Monster Series, but the Rick, Shonen Rick exclusive version.
Yes.
Because so earlier we showed the standard version, which does not have blue on it. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the Rick exclusive version, which does have blue on it. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I still maintain I think this is one of like the best X Plus has ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like so super impressed with this.
Yeah.
And it lights up too, but you don't
Yeah,
like
I try
turn the
to
light
give
on
it
here,
more of a apples to apples comparison since the
right?
easy hobby one doesn't have the light up effect.
But yeah, both the way it's sculpted and like and the way the blue is done, I
Mm-hmm.
really like it here. But obviously,
Yeah.
this is 10 inches as opposed to 14 inches.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. X Plus is, definitely a great company. I still love them. I collect pretty much everything that they put out and multiple versions too.
yeah,
But we can definitely see this one is dated. The sculpture is good, but maybe not as great as this newer version.
and also, well, I find it interesting that they sort of like they're a little more like sparing in how much blue they put on it. It's more like
Hmm.
they pick they've got these
It's just,
seams, like they put
yeah,
it in the seams,
just pick a
but they don't.
few
But
spots.
yeah, they
Yeah.
just pick a few spots, and there's like see a little bit of blue on the tail, but not very much.
Yeah, just the tips,
Uh,
it looks like.
but yeah, so so it's a different
Different
approach.
approach. Yeah. I think it's, both are great. Like you get being a collector, you have best of the both worlds. You can go like full extreme, like go like kind of like artistic style, you get a lot of color, a lot, like popping out detail, or you can kind of go with the more like subtlety to it, which is what X Plus
Yeah.
does.
Now here's a X Plus I actually find disappointing. This is the X
Mm,
Plus 2014 30 centimeter roaring
yeah.
version,
Yes. And
which my word, it's like at first I wasn't quite sure if it was an X Plus because
well,
it's like looks almost a little more like a Bandai.
yeah, well, X Bandai does own X Plus, but yeah, I think this is one of the earlier X Pluses, and definitely considered a dated sculpt. But sadly enough, it is one of the best 2014 Godzillas out there. Until Easy Hobby shows off theirs, which I know they are working on it because they had a teaser teaser image. So hopefully we'll see it soon. But yeah, we can definitely see the differences in the sculpting between the 2014 X Plus and Easy Hobbies Alpha Kaiju, and also the size difference. Like between 30 centimeters to 38 centimeters, you do get a much larger figure.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But the yeah, but here it's like yeah, it's like is that except for the again, there's blue on the spikes for this X Plus, but otherwise he's just like yeah, it does look like kind of like a very solid gray.
Solid gray. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. I think in the 2014 movie, he didn't glow as much as 2019 or 2021, so that could be why that X Plus did that.
yeah, yeah. But just sort of
But
but
yeah,
yeah, and
like the
also there's
whole body is just kind of like one color, maybe like
yeah,
a
and the sculpting
shade
yeah,
of
and the
gray.
sculpting too is like just looks like a little more simplistic.
Simple, yes, it is. Yeah. I think back then the technology probably wasn't there, and maybe the sculptor they may not have picked the best sculptor that they could have.
Yeah,
If they
maybe
got
now.
they got Yuji Sakai on board, maybe you get a better figure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I think sort of like these sculptors, I think these companies and the sculptors, I think keep raising their game
They do.
as there's like more and more interest in these high-end figures. I
Yeah.
think they keep getting better and better.
Yes.
Oh yeah. The but yeah, yeah. So I hope for yeah for more yeah I hope for more 2014 figures.
Yeah, well, Easy Hobby did mention they I think they're doing a Omega Beast one, so it'll be a pretty big one, same size as Fierce Blue, maybe slightly smaller because 2014 is slightly smaller, but otherwise similar
And
scale.
yeah, and
All
here's the X
right.
Plus Ghidorah 2019.
Yes, and this is the 25 centimeter large monster series, so we can
Did
see
did you end up
the
adjusting the center head?
I did not.
So
I left it the way it is because I actually kind of like it. It's a little unique, kind of looking up as opposed to looking straight on. And I also left the tongues alone. So I kind of like that. Um, what do you call him?
yep,
That meme, the meme
yep.
look to him.
Yeah, and here's the Easy Hobby 2019 Omega Beast Furious
Yes.
Blue,
Yep.
looking very big.
Yes. And I actually purposely chose the heat
Look at how
ray
similar the
version.
stand is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Look how yeah.
Yeah.
Notice like yeah the pose yeah their poses are very
It's
similar.
very similar, but if you look at the hands, I think Alpha Kaiju, the hands are facing backwards, whereas the Omega Beast is facing more like forward. So I chose the heat ray pose because it's closer to the Alpha Kaiju version. The Omega Beast does come with a second pair of arms, which you can do the attack pose. But yes, they are similarly posed. But if you look at the tail is much longer and less straight up as opposed to the Alpha Kaiju.
Yeah, and the Easy Hobby, it's again the most obvious thing is the yeah the blue spikes are sort of a translucent
Translucent.
yeah
Yep.
translucent glossy blue as opposed to
Yes.
just a painted on blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and we can see the details is, for both figures are really well done. Even if the smaller Alpha Kaiju, you're, not losing much detail.
And here you
The only
switch the
thing,
arms. Yeah, the
yep, there's
Easy
the
Hobby
attack
or
pose.
yeah the Omega Beast comes with two different sets of arms.
Yep.
So now you've got the other set of arms on.
Yes. Yeah. So the main difference, minus the size, is the Omega Beast has the translucent parts, whereas Alpha Kaiju is more of a painted figure. But you do get a translucent heat ray, so that's interesting. He went that route.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. Now we're
yeah.
about to see the all three Alpha Kaijus side
Okay.
by side.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the three different ones, and each of them have their own bonus items. So, if you can, I highly suggest getting all three because they're really unique and really cool. I think the bonus items alone is worthwhile.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's always nice to have. Yeah, it is
The
fun to have
variety,
like
right?
three different versions of the same figure
Yeah.
posed together. And then we're going to see them in one other pose here in a moment. There they
Okay.
are. There they are going at each other.
All right. Really cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
super cool, and I highly recommend them, especially if you want something that's super high quality, but might not want you don't have that extra space for like a super big Omega Beast one. You can settle with the Alpha Kaiju.
Oh, absolutely. All right, this is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, hope you enjoy the Easy Hobby Alpha Kaiju Godzilla 2021.